Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to review the Susano, the newest Doom's hero. To not waste your time, I do believe that Susano is pretty mid-tier. I don't think she contributes a lot to the Dooms or any other team particularly. So she's a protector and she's not really made for a protector because she dies without the 3 monarchs. This is the most normal team you can come up with her, and even then you don't really want Behemoth in a Doom's team because of the speed, but this is like the most normal team you can come up with, and you basically bench your Sorijan Ayushta for that, which doesn't really feel nice because Sorijan Ayushta kind of allows you to bypass the invincibility from heroes like Victoria, Sorijan Ayushta, or any other hero that basically gives you invincibility effect, because her Heart Demon can basically bypass that, and it's not really a feel-good moment to bench Sorijan Yushta for a pretty mid-tier hero like Susano. So you have to use 3 monarchs because Babylon is a key hero in Dooms. Like she's not a hero you will bench for any particular reason, and this is the team that you can kind of come up with, and it doesn't really get any better than that. You can remove Behemoth for Halissa, which makes perfect sense. You get the 3 monarchs, you get 2 deviants, 2 celestials. This is like perfect team for something like tournament or world arena, but in PvP without the DD heroes you are very likely to lose in a mirror matchup and etc. So I did come up with this, and it's something alright for world arena or tournament, but it's not really as strong as using the normal Dooms, which is Origin Ayushta with Behemoth. So unfortunately, I don't think Susano is going to be a must pull for anyone. She's not required for the Rift Odyssey Extreme difficulties either. It's Babylon, the one that you need to pass Extreme 100. So therefore, I do not suggest summoning Susano to anyone really. If you're a spender, only get her to 9 stars if you're getting all heroes. I don't think she's worthy of going above, and the issues I'm going to talk about are the further. So her Genesis Flow, I'm calling this passive Genesis Flow because that's its name from Gaia's passive, and it's also coded the same for Asmodeus. So it's also coded the same for the Susano. This effect is not working. It's not in the effect tab, it's not anywhere to be seen, and it's not anywhere to be felt. So I'm pretty sure they just forgot to code this in, and it's simply not existing. The holy shields are nice, but they are not consistent and they only trigger once time per round, so it's really bad, and getting her further up to 12 stars means nothing because, as I said, her oath force is completely useless / not working. The best part about Susano is simply this passive right here. Before Analyte takes action, if they're affected by control effects, Susano dispels some of these control effects, including freeze and stun, and unleashes her ultimate, dealing 300% damage, triggers up to 2 times per round. This is the best effect Susano has. This is her best selling point, and nothing else really matters. This right here is pretty okay, but enemies having a 100% chance to take additional instance of reflect damage is nice. It's working, I have seen it, so it's definitely nice to have, but enemies are just not dying to the reflect damage anymore because of so many bonuses from the synergy passive. So if we go to the battle and actually see this, you will see that her cleansing works perfectly. It's like the best selling point she has, and I do really like it, and I have tried to fit her in Ethereals because, as Nuvaton said, she fits perfectly for Ethereals because she dispels enemy stuns. So she's like a Glorian's passive, but cheaper because she only takes 1 unit slot instead of 2, which makes perfect sense, but issue is she doesn't really contribute much compared to those 2 Glorian units that contribute to the fight, especially if they're Loki and Wu Zetian, for example. So that's 4 Glorians. Even though you take 2 slots, it's still strong. As you can see, my entire team was stunned right there from the Hellas passive, and Susano cleansed it instantly. And you will see yet another stun either from Hela or from the Hera's death effect. So you will see that my team gets stunned again. It's very likely from Hela's passive, and Susano will cleanse it again. Now I have not managed to see if this has limit per rounds or not, but it seems that it doesn't, and the issue, if you're using this in the Ethereals, it's rarely making an effect, because if you get stunned once, you will just get hit by Paralyze from Arcane Arabella, and you will basically never get to take action, so the cleansing will happen only once you're dead. You basically get one-shotted, and that's the issue with it. And yeah, she doesn't cleanse Seal, she doesn't cleanse Lucifer debuffs, but she does cleanse stuns and freezes, and it's to all allies instead of just some. And it's a really good effect, a really strong selling point. But as I said, because of her old force not working or not being good enough, I don't think she's worthy to pick up. Maybe if it gets fixed, I'm not going to bother reporting this. I don't care anymore to report and fix their heroes, and not many people do anymore. I have talked to the mentors and they also don't care for it, because it's too annoying for us to do their job basically consistently. So unfortunate, but I'm not going to report this. If they do want to fix it, they will fix it when it's time, just like they fixed the scepter when it was time to release heroes that get countered by it. So they fixed it to not get countered anymore, like this season for Izanami. So yeah, they're pretty aware, but I don't think they care enough to fix it on time. So therefore I'm not going to bother. And yeah, if you're a spender, I do think you can get her to 8 stars just for the cleansing effect, or 9 stars really. And apart from that, she doesn't cleanse any debuffs, so that passive is working well. It's only cleansing stun and freeze, which is sometimes good, sometimes bad. So I'm going to go ahead and skip this battle. I will likely lose because of Aphrodite stealing my heroes. It's pretty annoying, but it's whatever. And we're going to go against Ethereals now. And you will see that it doesn't matter if she will cleanse freeze or not. If enemy has Lucifer, you will lose no matter what. And also the tree effect on here. So all of my allies are pretty much sealed. And yeah, it's whatever really. Susano is not worthy in my opinion. I will also just going to showcase all of the battles I did test in the seasonal content, and unfortunately no seasonal content is active right now. So I'm going to go ahead to the chats and go into the Namut's chats, and I'm going to showcase right here that these are the battles I tested with Ethereals. So I did win this battle, but this is the only battle where Susano actually does something. As you can see, my entire team is stunned, which she will cleanse and then fire back her ultimates, which actually can trigger the freeze on the enemy team and kind of make it matter. So this is the only time out of like 15 battles where Susano actually did something and that was important. The reason why my team is stunned, because I told him to run Feather for the artifact, so that's why they're stunned, and that's why she will cleanse it right now. As you can see, Scepter did not cleanse it because it was bug fixed, and there she goes ulting and freezing enemies, which actually help a lot in this matchup, but it's very specific where this happens, and it's, as you can see, it doesn't matter. But she will cleanse this again, and freeze also got cleansed. I'm not sure if hero does action after that, or they don't actually. So there was not follow-up. I'm not sure how the cleansing freeze actually matters, because if the hero does not action after that, it's not really effective. And this is the round to kill, because Susano did cleanse all of the CC. So this is the only scenario where you can make Susano useful, is to use her in Ethereals as an anti-CC bot pretty much. And apart from that, her dooms are pretty terrible. I don't think she fits any dooms at all. This is yet another battle with Ethereals against Ethereals. It's a win, but there were many losses as well, so it was pretty much 50-50 in terms of winning and losing. This is me on the defense, and this is yet again another battle, and we will go, this is where I lost, so it's pretty 50-50. I don't think Susano contributes a lot to this, and this is with yet another Ethereal loss for me. So this is with the Dooms. This is a pretty much mirror matchup with the same relics, same everything, except I removed one hero for Susano. I lost pretty hard, even though it's basically a mirror matchup. It's only Behemoth that is benched. So I do not have Monarchs here, which sucks, but he does have a speed advantage, which should be bad for him, because that means he will take the double reflect damage faster, which doesn't matter. And in here we have the Dooms matchup yet again, and let's see in here. So this is where I had a 9-star Susano, and I thought she needs 10 stars, so I got her to 10 stars, although it did not matter. I even got Lucifer in here, and it failed to beat a non-Lucifer team, which is pretty terrible. So I'm pretty positive Susano is just simply not made for the Dooms, even though her entire kit is all around Dooms. She just doesn't do enough to bench any of the current meta Dooms. And this was the one of those rare victories where I actually won, which is pretty RNG. In my opinion, it's probably because of Leviathan. Although this was not a pure mirror matchup, I did change some relics, so it's not pure mirrors. In this fight I did a bench Behemoth, which again makes more sense for him to die even though he didn't die, so it's unfortunate. I just don't see Susano being a meta team or in the meta Dooms anytime soon, and the only team I can see her being is in the Ethereals if you're trying to bench the 2 Glorians for 1 slot of Susano, but even then it's not really for certain better because the Glorians stop the CC entirely, whereas Susano will still make you get hit and then cleanse it when it's your action turn, which is sometimes worse because you can't really counter reaction to that, whereas with Glorians you can. But overall it should be solid for the Ethereals, pretty terrible for the Dooms, even though it makes no sense. So I suspect she will get better once her old force is fixed, if that even happens someday. And apart from that, her Thunderous Divinity passive is the only thing that makes her even somewhat good. So yeah, thank you for watching, and as I said, if you're spending, I suggest getting a Asmodeus to 9 stars. She's simply the best hero out of this season. She makes the Mystifiers be the top tier. As long as you get her runes, she makes the Mystifiers truly be one of the scariest teams right now. And if you're not going for that, if you are skipping, if you're free to play player, I suggest getting Izanami to 9 stars. If you want to beat Extreme 100 in the following weeks, then Izanami 9 stars will be a requirement. You can get 2 copies free from the shards, so summoning only 100 times is viable, and you can do that by doing 50 summons twice. Even though it's not really worth it, you can absolutely do that. And yeah, Asmodeus I believe will remain the most broken hero for this season, followed by Izanami and only then Susano. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you guys in the next one.